Okay.
Okay.
So Deng, let's talk about our assignment 1. Did you already? I mean, have you already read the description of this requirements?
Yes, I did. We have 4 topics about our assignment.
Mm-hmm. And what are they? I think they are deixis, references,
Access, reference, inference, and relevance.
Yeah, relevance. So I think each of us will pick 2 of them, right?
Yeah.
2 topics for
I
each of
prefer
us.
to take the last 2 topics.
Also, you like
How
to
about
do.
you?
I'm okay with anyone. So I think you prefer the inference and relevance, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
I'm kind of familiar with these 2 topics.
Oh, that's great. So let's keep reading the description. It says, prepare these slides for 1 lesson, 3 hours postgraduate lesson.
Yeah.
And our presentation may contain 20 to 30 slides.
Yes, right.
So maybe each of us will make at least 10 slides.
10 to 15, yeah.
Yeah. Provide some exercises for each topic for your students to do at home. So we need to come up with some related exercises.
That is to say, suppose we are teachers and we need to prepare the lessons for our students, right?
Yeah. We're gonna teach other students by our slides. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and the last, it says, browse for some ideas. Do not plagiar. Yeah.
Not copy others' work.
Yeah, you're right. Upload on Putra Blast when we're done.
Okay.
So
after we do the slides, should we record our presentation? Should we do our presentation?
I'm not sure about it because in this description it says prepare slide presentation originally yours. I don't know what the teacher really wants. If she wants us to make it live or record.
I'm not sure either.
Right? She didn't mention it.
Yeah.
So let's talk about this later. Maybe we can ask Dr. Che An for more details. For now, I'm gonna talk about the style or format of our presentation slides.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think we need to make it unified.
Unified.
Yeah. Like we do it in the same style. Otherwise, it will look kind of weird, right?
Maybe we can do it first, and then you or I can unify all these slides.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
And what else do you think we need to prepare or pay attention to?
Beg your pardon? I didn't hear you.
Oh, okay. I said, what else do you think we need to pay attention to or prepare?
Okay.
Justin, you said you're kind of familiar with inference and relevance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because my postgraduate professor, supervisor, write a book about relevance on translation, and I read the book more than 6 times, so I kind of familiar with this theory, relevance.
You mean your postgraduate supervisor in UPM?
No. In Sichuan International Studies University.
So
master degree.
master degree. So what are you now? Are you taking your master degree in UPM or
A PhD degree?
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know it. Okay,
Yeah.
what is your major?
Translation and interpretation.
Okay. No wonder Dr. Chen said that this course is not so related to your major.
So suitable for me.
All right. Okay. So what else? I think we if you have any materials in your laptop, you can try to share your screen.
I didn't have any. Because there is a book combine the relevance theory into with the translation.
So what you have read is a real book.
Programs in translation. Yeah.
Not the. Oh, okay, I see. So I think we can try to review what we have learned in class.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know if I can.
The slides for each topic, we can first give the definition of each keywords, and then give some examples or some background to support it, and then give some examples, give some exercises, right?
Yeah. So I think now either you or I, we just share our screen to show the previous slides. We go through them. How do you think about it?
Yeah, you can do it, because I don't have this slide on this computer.
Oh, all right.
Okay, thank you.
Hold on. This. Pragmatics. Oh yeah. Before I share my screen, I suddenly think of that. Dr. Chan ever suggested some textbooks for us. Did you know that?
Textbook, you sent me one of these textbooks.
No, let me just try to find one to show you. It is called the
You sent me, so hold on, let me check.
all right. The first one is called the Cambridge Handbook of Pragmatics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other is understanding utterances.
Yeah. We can.
Yeah, there's two.
Yeah, we can also search for some practical ideas from these two books.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. So where is the first slide? I think it's here. Okay. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello, Miss Deng. Are you there? Oh, you're back. Can you hear me? Yeah, but you need to unmute yourself. Yeah. Can you say something?
Could you show me your screen?
Okay. Now I can hear you now. Okay. Can you see my screen now?
Yeah, yes, I can.
Okay. So this is our first slide. the very basic one, definitions and background of pragmatics.
By Doctor, hold on. It's not Mr. Chian's slides,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
This is the textbook. This page shows references, books. Yeah, they're all about pragmatics. Okay, and from this page on, this is the main content of this of this slide. First of all, the levels of language and linguistics. So seeing this, looking at this page, do you have any ideas or any?
Test meaning situation and context.
I think we need to read it from bottom up.
Oh, bottom up. Okay.
Yeah, right. The simplest one is are the sounds and letters.
One, the larger one. Okay.
Yeah. And after under each title there are the subfields of linguistics. So I don't know if you ever learned all of them, like phonology, phonetics. What is the last one?
Grammology.
Yeah, did you ever hear about it? Okay,
no,
okay.
Let me look it up.
Okay.
What does it mean in Chinese? 形态学吗?
Oh yeah, could be. I think so. Graph. It's not very relevant to our pragmatics, right?
But in Chinese, it's not.
It's
relative in English, but it could be relative in Chinese.
Yeah, in our language.
Yeah.
And then the upper one, sentences, clauses, phrases, and words. It contains grammar, morphology, and syntax.
Morphology, syntax.
Yep, and then let's go up. There are two of them: meaning, situation, and context. So I think when we were having this class, Dr. Chan was talking about these two terms. Semantics and pragmatics. They're kind of confusing for some students sometimes. Yeah. Do you have any idea of the differences between semantics and pragmatics? I think it also.
We had the test. Then it tested us about how to classify semantics and pragmatics. So meaning, situation, context.
So what I mean is that I would like to know if you know the real differences between semantics and pragmatics.
Semantic, in fact, I don't know the meaning, the differences between the two very clearly. Okay. I thought semantics is a literal meaning, right? We can know the meaning by the words. But pragmatics, we need to explore the meaning by its situation and context. It's implied meaning.
Yeah, something like that. Actually, it's kind of obvious. So in this, how do you call it, graph or table? It means that semantics is the study of meaning
Mm-hmm.
of sentences or texts,
Uh-huh.
while pragmatics is a study of the meaning when how can I say, the meaning which is used in a certain situation and context. It could be changed due to different situation and context, so it's
For
more
example, uh-huh.
confusing than semantics and more complicated.
For example, there are
Mm-hmm.
two sentences. Which one is semantics and which one is pragmatics? I like the table. And the
Uh-huh.
second one is, what a damn table.
I'm sorry, what is
So
the second one again?
what a damn table.
Oh, all right, all right.
So the first one is semantics, right? And the second one is pragmatics.
I
Is it
think
correct?
Deng, we need to focus on one sentence, the same sentence, and
Okay.
this one sentence could have semantics meaning and pragmatics meaning.
Okay.
For example, if there is a girl and boy, the girl says to the boy like, "Are you hungry?" Or when they're shopping, the girl asks the boy that, "How do you think about this dress?" Okay,
Okay.
so for semantics meaning, it's just a question, a request. The girl wants to know her boyfriend's idea.
Okay.
Do you think it's beautiful or not? But maybe in pragmatics meaning, it means that the girl really wants this dress.
But for pragmatics meaning, they are not all for explanations, right? Different situations have different meanings.
Yeah. So our situation and context is this couple is shopping.
Okay.
Yeah. So if there's no context, only one sentence in front of us, how do you think about this dress? So it means that I just want to know your idea, right?
Yeah. How
If,
do you
in,
like
if
this
we're in a
dress? Yeah.
shopping mall, it could be like, oh, I really like this one. I want you to buy this for me.
Okay.
Okay. Let's continue to the next one. This is the background.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is not so important. We just need to get to know some of them.
The motives, syntax. Okay, it's the definition or background of semantics and pragmatics.
Yeah. So first of all, this man who is called Morris was concerned with the study of the science of science. He was focusing on science, right? So which is called semiotic. So as you can see, he tried to explain all the concepts by using the semiotic meaning. I mean, yeah, try to combine them together. For semantics, he thinks that it is the study of the relation between the science and the objects they denote. While for pragmatics, it is the study of the relation of science to their interpreters. For example, people. Okay, so can we just continue?
Yeah, continue.
I think this is the origin
Yeah,
of
background.
this word.
Pragma. Okay.
Okay. Now we come to the real definitions.
So different definitions is the study of speak meaning, context meaning, how more gets communicated by said expression, not relative distance.
This 4 points all comes from Ewell, right?
Yeah.
I think the third one is more related to what we just talked about. Pragmatics is the study of how more gets communicated than is said, which means that the meaning behind what we can hear.
The meaning beyond the words.
Yeah, exactly. This is the definitions. Okay, I think these are some examples.
When not diplomat says yes, or miss perhaps. Why he says so? When he says perhaps, he means no. When he says no, he's not a diplomat. She means perhaps. It's just how the writer can conclude this.
As I think this is kind of interesting. It's more related to our real life.
Okay.
But for this six examples, it can directly shows at least pragmatics is really related to the context. Because and also related to your identity, right? Diplomat and a woman, a lady.
Yeah, most of the time when lady says no, she probably means yes, I want it.
Yeah. Okay, let's go to the next slide. The essence of pragmatics.
Essence of pragmatics. Syntax. Shall we learn syntax in this course? It's really hard, I think.
I've learned it before, but it's a undergraduate course.
Undergraduate.
I don't know if there is also syntax for postgraduate student or even for PhD.
I don't know.
Yeah, so syntax addresses the formal relations of sign to one another. Semantics, the relation of signs to what they denote. Oh, I think we have read this before, right? It is addressed by Morris.
Yeah. The third or the fourth slide.
Yeah. So we can skip to the next one. I think this one is kind of crucial.
Central rationale. What does this word rationale mean?
How can I?
In Chinese, it means let me look it up.
So I also ever searched this words in the dictionary. I think they're not so accurate words in Chinese to describe this one. Wait, where is my slide? I can't find it. Oh, okay, it's here.
Wow. 基本原理、基本原因。
Yeah, the whole, I think it's like the whole reason for people to do something. For what we're doing pragmatics. So the central rationale is the most important one. Rationale, yeah. So in the red words, it says sentence meaning, which is semantics, in natural languages vastly determines speaker's meaning. I think this is it's like the weakness of semantics.
In nature is vastly under determines. Yeah.
Right? So it cannot satisfy what we need.
So yeah, then we need to learn pragmatics. Yeah, right.
The
reason why we should learn pragmatics
is to explain how the gap between sentence meaning and speaker's meaning is bridged. So in other words, we can say pragmatics is like a bridge.
Yeah, bridge between the sentence meaning and the speaker's meaning.
Yeah, and speaker's meaning can also be called intentions. Right here, intentions. Okay, and have you done reading?
Yeah.
Okay.
A little bit confused.
Yeah, this is semiotics, tries to separate objective definitions of the structure and the meaning of words and sentences in syntax, and semantics from such subjective and context-dependent senses often requests or demands of actions. I don't know it either. I think we can talk about it later.
Okay.
Okay. Next one. Next slides. I think. Okay, you can just keep reading. I'm gonna. This one is quite common. This word in pragmatics, utter or utterance. And in this definition, it mentioned that under knowledge of how language can be used to inform, persuade, mislead. So it's like language is not only for informing, persuading. Sometimes it could lead to the misunderstanding. Right. So we need to try to analyze the true meaning of the speakers.
Sentence spoken 2 different times is 2 different utterances. Why?
How do you think about it?
Same sentences, but 2 different times. 2 different times. Wow. Maybe the same sentence speak in different situation have different meaning, pragmatic meanings.
I think okay. The focus here is because the question is in the brackets, right? And it says sentences that are spoken within a given context.
A given context.
And then it asks us the same sentence spoken two different times is two different utterances. Why? Yeah, maybe you are correct because maybe they're in different contexts or situations.
The premise is a given context, within a given context.
So I think that the context is fixed. You can say the contexts have changed, or say it only says the same sentences spoken two times, two different times. Maybe they were spoken by different people,
Yeah.
by using different emotions, right? I think it's also possible.
Possible, yeah.
And next one.
Only 2 minutes and not humans into the minutes.
To study the relations between linguistic forms. History, distinction, phonetics. The natural realization is that grammatical analysis alone is not enough. I think this page is talking about the focus is only pragmatics allows human into analysis.
Yeah.
And when we are doing analysis, only if we only analyze the grammatical, grammars is not enough. We need to pay attention to some other aspects.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so wow.
The difference between grammatical analysis and pragmatic analysis. Okay, I'm done.
Okay, hold on. I'm still reading the second paragraph. Okay. So it's like a metaphor. It takes grammatical studies as the rules, which we must obey. It's kind of boring. There is only one way. It is either right or wrong.
Yeah.
There's no other options.
Yeah.
And
Better. Yeah, but for pragmatic analysis, there are lots of possibilities.
Yeah. And the second paragraph also talks about, did you see that we end up with products while in
Pragmatics.
I'm sorry, in grammar studies we end up with products. We only study what we have produced, what we have uttered,
Yeah.
to see if it fits in the grammatical rules.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, if it fits, it's correct. If not, it's wrong, right? It's very simple.
Yes, right.
And in pragmatics, we always deal with processes. So I noticed that there is a word like we deal with an ever unfolding process.
Ever unfolding.
Yeah, as the discourse goes on and on.
That the meaning of some words become clearer and clearer.
Yeah, maybe like now we are talking, we're having a communication. Suddenly there like a Dr. Chan get into our meeting room. She might not know what we are talking about, but after she listened more and more words in our conversation, she probably knows what we are talking about and what is the meaning, like you said, beyond our words.
Yes, right.
Yeah. Okay. This is the first one.
Yeah, the more someone get to know something, the more understanding he or she will get.
Yeah, because it's a growing process, right? So
Right.
okay, let's take a look at
semantics and pragmatics.
No, I mean, I think we better. What are you going to do? Inference or relevance, right?
Yeah, inference and relevance.
But I think for some topics, Dr. Chan didn't upload the PowerPoint slides in Putra Blast. Did you still remember that sometimes she directly used the online resources?
Yeah, right.
By sharing her screen.
Yeah, right.
So
maybe we should find materials by ourselves.
Yeah, but this one is here. Oh, I'm sorry. This is what I found by myself.
Okay. You can send all this data to me and I can read it too.
All right, no problem. Now let me get to my Putra Blast. Maybe there's some other things that I forgot to download.
I didn't find too much useful information.
Oh, really? Topic 4. Oh, this is the test week.
Yeah.
Topic 4 and here. Yeah, like this one. I didn't. I mean, I forgot to download this one.
Which topic?
The one you're going to do.
I'm going to do relevance or inference.
Let me see. Relevance. Yeah, relevance. Let me just rename this file. Relevance. Okay. Okay. Can you hear it? Sorry, can you see it?
My internet is not so stable.
Now I'm sharing the slides to you. The new one.
Okay, the relevance theory.
Yeah.
Semantics and pragmatics.
Okay.
Now, the introduction of the relevance theory proposed by Sperb and Wilson. Ever reader audience.
It seeks to explain the second method of communication, one that takes into account.
One that takes into account implied inferences. Implied inferences.
Have you done reading?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, so this is like the background of the relevance theory.
Yeah.
And a simple introduction.
What's your opinion about the last sentence? One then takes into account implicit inferences.
It seeks to explain the second method, but takes into account. I think that we need to focus on one word, the inferences. We need to know first what inferences refer to. You have any idea of inference?
Yeah, I know inference. Yeah, the implied meaning of a word or a sentence.
Okay, so maybe you can tell me in Chinese.
内涵意义。
内涵意义 inference. But what I've found in dictionary, it says 推理、推论、推断. Yeah, it could be. They're related because when you are inferring, you are going to talk about the what did you say? Inner meaning, right?
Yeah, implied meaning.
Implied inner meaning, or
yeah, right.
the one showed in this text, implicit, which is not so easy to be found out. So I think we for the last sentence we need to understand it by looking at the previous sentence. It seeks to explain the second method of communication. Second method, because I think first of all,
what is the first method of communication? Reference.
As these two researchers or two scholars said, relevance argues the hearer, reader, or audience that will search for meaning in any given communication situation, having found meaning that fits their expectation. I think, yeah, when we are communicating, we're always expecting something from the speaker. For example, okay, now we're talking. I'm talking to you, Miss Deng. Sometimes if I express my opinions, I may want to have your agreement. Right? This is my expectation. But which is talking about here is fits their expectation. something like, okay, now we are talking about pragmatics. So of course I want to hear anything from you related to pragmatics. I don't want you to talk about something like syntax or morphology. This is my basic expectation of you.
If what you said fits my expectation, then I will stop here and I won't.
It will violate your expectation.
If what you said violates my expectation, then I will seek for the second method of communication, that is to still a little bit confused.
Hold on. Found meaning that fits their expectation rule says that the hearer will search for found meaning that fits. I think it means that only when you when the speakers who are talking to you can fit in your expectation, you will like here you will stop processing. I mean, you will stop trying to find
yes, I mean to say yes. I get what you. I get what you said.
Yeah, because
then
you fit in my expectation. So we are in the same direction.
Yeah.
So we don't need to. We are having a mutual understanding. Okay.
Okay.
So okay, next slides. These are the two methods of communication.
Coded communication.
Oh, what is that? Ostensive. Ostensive, obviously or manifestly demonstrative. 清晰的，清晰显示的，表明的。
Inferential communication. The first one is coded. 不是编码吗？ coded.
Yeah, coded. It's okay. We there must be another slides to explain what they are.
Okay. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Explanation. Or encoding and
encoding and
encoding. There must be some mistakes here. Okay. Encoding and
the audience received the encoded message and decoded to arrive at the meaning the speaker intended. This visualizes
that is
it's like for me
encoding and decoding. Yeah.
It's like a game. You encode and I decode.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, the process of communication. That is encode and what you get is decode.
Decode, yeah.
Decoding.
So this is the process.
So intention, encoded, transformed, decoded, intention, thought, understood. Yeah. It's a universal or normal communication.
Yeah.
Okay. In this short paragraph, the last sentence is very important. Pragmatics would be to discover the code that hearers use to recover the intended message from the observable signal.
Yes, the speaker wanted to convey. Okay. Problem with coded communication.
Did you enjoy your skiing holiday?
Did you enjoy your skiing holiday? Oh, here it offers an example. Did you enjoy your skiing holiday? And Mary displays her leg in plaster. What is a plaster?
石膏，就是 get hurt. Her leg must be broken.
Which probably means that this girl's leg is broken now.
Yeah.
Okay. Here, Mary clearly communicates that her skiing holiday did not live up to expectations, yet there's no code which states that displaying. To account for such
alternative to the code mode of communication is needed.
So the main weakness of coded communication is when there's no real utterances. We cannot using that process to get to know the meaning of the speaker, because there's no code. She like Mary, she's not making any code. Since there's no utterance.
Just she displays her leg in plaster.
So in this case, some alternative code model of communication is needed, right? Okay. Inferential account of communication. Text. That is what the authors think. The transcript knows. They then say it just enough to regain what they intend. We want the audience to fill in the details that they did not explain. So I think the first point is like it tells us in our in the formal communication, we always try to convey as much information as we can to make the other understand us.
Yeah.
But if you are talking to your families, your friends, your besties, you don't think that you need to say so much.
Yeah, there are some backgrounds or mutual cognitive. Yeah.
So in this way, you are going to cut out some unnecessary expressions, because you think they already knows the context, the background, the situation of you.
Yes, right. For example, if we will see you at the Zoom, if somebody didn't know the rule, what does Zoom mean? Then maybe cannot get what did we say.
Yeah. So we have, in this way, we can say that we have the, how do you call it?
Inferential communication.
Okay, inferential communication. But what I want to say is you already said that we are now in the mutual cognitive environment.
Yeah, right.
And this is the way how inferential account of communication works.
The difference between code communication and inferential communication is the ended or deduce context mediate the information.
Yeah, but I'm kind of confusing. I think in the last slide, it just talk about how the speaker try to minus the unnecessary information. But why it is plus or minus context mediated? Okay. I think I know it. It is okay. Like now we are talking. We're now in the context. Now we're talking about our assignment, right? This is the context.
Yeah.
And sometimes if I say something without telling you enough information, but you still can know what I mean, it could be you are trying to add the context by yourself. But sometimes if I say too much or too fast, you cannot follow me because you're not putting yourself into this context. You're not combine the context with my utterances.
Not so clear. Okay, maybe the plus means the context is very, very clear, and the minus means the context is not ambiguous or not so clear.
Yeah, but so in this case, it could lead to the misunderstanding, right?
Yeah, minus could lead to misunderstanding. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so next one. Oh, an example. Did you enjoy the same one? Mary provides evidence that did not live up to his. However, from a logical point, this is not the only hypothesis that Peter might have entertained. What does it mean by this sentence? This is not the only hypothesis that Peter might have entertained. What's the meaning?
Maybe Mary went scanning, but in the process he broke her leg. But probably the other hypothesis is he broke her leg before the holiday, and she even didn't go to this place.
Sorry, I didn't finish reading. Okay, now I understand. So you only shaking your leg in plaster or display your leg in plaster, I can either understand in this way or that way.
Yeah, right. A lot of possibilities, hypothesis.
So I think this one is something related to plus or minus context mediated.
Yeah, maybe that.
If you lack of that context related things, like the Peter doesn't know Mary really went to go to the skiing holiday. He might think that, oh, Mary or broke her leg long time ago
Yeah.
before he set out, right?
Yeah.
Before leaving, yeah. So, oh, the difference. Subject to risk. There are always alternative ways to a given piece of evidence, even when all of the procedures for interview are applied. By contrast, devoting when correctly applied to an undistorted signal, recovery not only but of the correct the intended interpretation, inferential. Inferential communication involves information and I think after reading this page, um, if I want to conclude, it's like there are always more possibilities when you are doing the inferential communication than the coded one.
That means to say the code communication only has one guaranteed that we cannot only not interpretation. The intended interpretation. Okay. In my opinion, I think code communication has only one explanation. Because, for example, in this example, the lady displays his leg in plaster. That means she broke her leg in whatever reasons or in whatever conditions. That is the fact. Well, in inferential communication, there are lots of possibilities, hypotheses. Not only the fact, but also the intended meaning. Maybe she didn't go scanning, or she did go scanning but broke her leg.
So for me, I want to further not argue, discuss with you about your opinions. I think it all relies on, it all depends on which model the hearer, the audience try to use. Because like the example before between Peter and Mary. Okay, now for example, now you are Mary and I am Peter. So I will think that, okay, when you show me your broken, I mean your leg in plaster, did you see here? When correctly applied to an undistorted signal, guarantee the recovery not only of an interpretation, but of the correct.
What does this sentence mean?
Okay, so simply speaking, the coded one, the coded communication, even we're talking about the same thing, the same sentences. Now you are Mary and I am Peter.
Okay.
As long as I'm a social people, I'm a social person. So in most of the cases, I will take it as, okay, Mary, you broke your leg when you were attending the holiday. This is what most of the people will think about, because it's more easy, obvious, and direct for understanding. But at the same time, we cannot deny that there are also many people, they would like to follow the inferential models when they are trying to interpret others' meaning. They will think from many aspects or angles. That's why it makes so many hypotheses. Right? For example, I didn't show my room.
That is to say. That is to say, the word Mary showed Peter her broken leg. Then it's just to say, no, I didn't go skating, right?
Yeah. See, I'm like this. How can I go there?
Yeah. Okay. Just the normal response. No, I didn't go there. Just to tell him the to tell him.
Okay, let's talk about it in Chinese. 我想说的是，这个 coded 就是我很直接的，用句不太准确的话说，就是说正常人都会这么认为。
比如说，就是那个例子的话，就是说他把他的那个打的石膏的脚给他看，实际上就是表明我没有去，对不对？就是说
不，
我没去。
Peter 问的问题是 Did you enjoy？ 你玩的你玩的高兴吗？对吧？这你玩的美不美啊？他展示了他在这个石膏当中的腿，对吧？想象一下这个情景，想象一下这情景，那应该就是说，那我给你展示了，那肯定就是说我挺惨的呗。我没对，我没玩美呗。你看我腿都这样了。这是
就是对这个问题的一个 response， 对不对？
对，最直观的一个反应。
OK，got you。
就是再用句通俗的话说，我们有的人
就是 yes or no，yes or no， 非黑即白的那种感觉。对，要么是 yes， 要么 no。
有的人小问题就很简单，比如说邓老师，你和我说一什么事儿，那我很简单就认为你就是这个意思。那如果你和一个其他人说，他可能就理解为你有其他引申的含义。
OK。
那他用的就是 inferential communication， 他用不同的角度去分析你的这句话，我是这么觉得啊。Okay, so Grice and inference. So Grice is a scholar, is a researcher. Cooperative principle, make your contribution such as is required at the stage at which
this theory is not so important because it's the foundation of relevance.
Grice and inference maxims. Actually, before I took this course, in another course, I have already learned some of these concepts, like the maxims of conversations.
Yeah, I read a book about cooperative principle, and also talks about the maximums.
Okay, so they are quality, maxim.
Yeah, quantity, maxim, and relation, and then manner.
Relation and manner, yeah. If I'm not wrong, the next slides will talk about. Oh, I'm wrong. Okay. This is another example between Peter and Mary. Can I borrow your car today? Mary says, I have to take Alfie to the GP. What is that? Is Mary has to take Alfie to the GP. Yeah, this is the literal meaning. What is implicated is Peter cannot borrow her car.
No, that's the liberal meaning.
Principles of relevance. Well, how do you understand the word to be geared? To be geared to.
Tend to. Oh, tends to be geared to.
Communicated principle of relevance. Every act of communication communicates a presumption of its own optimal relevance. So these two principles are addressed by Sperber and Wilson. Are there any other principles? Oh no, there's not. So next one, it is talking about what is relevance. If it interacts in a certain way with your existing assumptions about the world. So from this concept, I know that we must have an existing assumptions of the world. Then you can try to find out or decide if that information is relevant to me, to yourself. You have to have an overall understanding of the world before the new information comes to you. Okay, so if the information comes to you, interacts with your what? With the information that you have already mastered about the world, you think that they are relevant. Can you hear me, Miss Deng?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. So let's go to the next one. Defining relevance. Smaller the person. Other things being equal, the greater the contextual effects. So that is to say, when the contextual affects more, the relevance is
more clear. The context is.
Okay. And vice versa.
Yeah, vice versa.
Okay.
And if we don't have too much effort to
No,
understand
not vice. I'm wrong. I think
the second
he's,
B, the
he's
B,
talk.
B,
They're
the
talking about
word, the
the
basic word.
different aspects. One is for contextual effects.
Yeah,
One is talking
the
about
other
the
one is the
processing effort.
That's
Yeah,
true.
okay.
That's true.
Cognitive effects and relevance. Standards governing inferential communication have their source in some basic facts without human communication. Relevance and maximization of relevance is the key to human cognition. Here are three examples of types of interaction we have in mind. Three types of interaction: contextual implication, strengthening, contradiction, and elimination.
Elimination.
Okay. Case A. Oh, there are some cases to talk about the three types, right?
Yeah, right.
Contextual implication. We'll wake up, read the following thought. If it's raining, we'll stay at home in the crowded window and discover it's raining. In this case, from your existing assumption A and the new information B, you can deduce some further information out. Uh, what is the meaning of the word deducible?
可推断的
Oh, okay. Did you get what it is talking about? Oh, deducible, which is means. Okay, I got it. You have any idea of this case about contextual implication? So if we make it simple, we only take a look at the ABC, the the three sentences. So for A, it is the what you assume. If it's raining, we'll stay at home. That's what you assumed or what you thought. And then later on, you open your window, you see it is really raining now. And this is the new information comes to you because you didn't know it before you open the window, right? So it's new for you. Then we got C. I will stay at home. Do according to your assumption before at the first time. I mean, in the very beginning. So it's like what we learned in our primary school or junior high school, something like, okay, if we got A and B, then we can
to say, yeah.
Yeah, we can. Which one of the following options is most possible one
Okay.
to this context, right? Yeah. In case B, contextual strengthening.
Contextual strengthening. Okay, I got it.
Mm-hmm.
If you assume one thing and then from some,
so it's just like the environment help you prove that what you have assumed is correct.
you're right. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. C, contextual contradiction and elimination.
What you have assumed is incorrect.
You've done reading. I'm still reading. This time, when you open your eyes and look out of the window, you discover that the sound was made by leaves falling. Oh, so you realize that you were wrong. You were wrong.
Yeah.
It's not reading. We claim that new is relevant in any image, at least to the. Oh, okay. So these three cases, first of all, it helps us understand the three types of what of interaction we have in mind.
Contextual.
So these three cases, they are mainly talking about the thing in our mind, the relation of the things in our mind, and
the facts.
Yeah, and the facts and the real environment.
Yeah, right.
Okay. So we can conclude that it can implicate something. Also, it can strengthen something. At last, it can also contradict and eliminate something.
Yeah.
Okay. This is the conclusion.
Mm-hmm. Cognitive mechanics. Okay.
Okay. You
所以
finished?
我有个问题啊，所以现在在翻译这一块的话，有很多是用认知语言学或者是符号学来研究翻译问题的。
啊，
就是 cognitive 认知还有符号这一块，现在是比较，就是目前的这个学界用的比较多的这个研究翻译的方法。
哦。About the communicator's intention can be evaluated. The presumption of relevance has its source in universal human cognitive mechanisms. Okay. Any questions? Thank you. Okay. We're done. Wow, finally.
Finally, we've done it. Okay.
Okay, so hold on. I'll just try to how I can. Okay, let me just stop sharing first. Okay. And then let me stop recording.